welcome to the Black Four Horsemen, another episode, man. Wanting to get started and talking about the latest happenings, from last Friday's Smackdown, yesterday's Raw, Saturday's AEW pay-per-view, and our thoughts on that, and some other little stuff sprinkled in, man. I'm your host. I'm your boy Ricky Fontaine from the Memphis 10. Y'all know I'm on one yet again. And the rest of my guys here, let them introduce themselves. Let's get it.
OG in the house, ready to do some work, talk about some issues and some things.
Joe needs some tissue.
Boy,
Joe needs some tissue.
I'm good. Hey, this is the Nature Boy. Woo! This is Joe Simmons. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? We're still repping all day long. Lakers, Niners. We good. Everybody straight. You know what I'm saying?
If that ain't a front running, like that's a front running team.
And did you hear how he just kind of yeah?
I'm gonna get it out the way now. We straight. You know what I'm saying?
Who is we? Who is we?
The Lakers. We down 0-2, but we good. You know what I'm saying? We going back to the crib, and we gonna get everything together. Now that's out the way. We through with the playoffs. Don't know what the teams matter. Go ahead, Quilly.
All right, it's your boy Q, Quilly Cox here for another episode. Let's talk some wrestling. That's some other stuff.
It's a wrestling. That's wrestling. Your screen went black for a minute there, bro. I thought you had them burritos again.
He really got his mic. Look at his mic sitting.
So he came in. He came in with.
I had the mic. We had a late start of hard bedtime with the kids, so they had to come up and say good night. So that's one of them. Another will be up there in a minute.
Look at both of them. They got their mics and their headphones. You know.
Yeah. I told them we got to come up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we hadn't got there yet. We working on it. You know,
nice
I hadn't got my taxes yet. I was late filing. You know,
that's why I told Ricky.
One, two. Coming from the lotion bottle.
I don't even want to know why you have a lotion bottle in front of the computer.
I mean, man, my hands get ashy, man. You know what I'm saying?
We know about your hands get ashy, buddy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep them. Keep them strong. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Chafe hands are serious out here.
Right. You gotta keep your hands immersed.
Yeah, okay, so back to wrestling. Let's go ahead and get this back on the
get back on track.
Get back on track. And so we're gonna start with Friday and SmackDown and get into the things that happened with that. Pretty good show to say the least. A lot of stuff going on, but we're gonna start off talking about the Bloodline Part 2 or 2.0. As we seen some of the stuff happening with your boy Solo, Senior Solo coming in with a suit straight out of Men's Warehouse.
Solo coming getting too big for his britches.
So Solo said, last time I checked, I was the man in these streets.
I told y'all though. Solo finna try to take the lead on it.
Yeah, Solo look like Suge Knight sitting up out there, man. He about to run shopping. He stepped about out the SUV with that suit on. Yeah.
You want you a tribal chief that's not hitting their old teammates in the back.
Hey, yeah. I'm just glad he don't have them big boxer shorts on. That I'm good.
No, they were under the suit.
Now I didn't think about this till after the fact. They never pan all the way down. So we always see Solo with no shoes on. You think he had that suit with no shoes on? But they never showed the shoes. The whole time. It was all. It wasn't okay. I just remember seeing
the zoom outfit.
He had the
when he was walking in the ring, he had the
okay, you're right.
So, what do you all think? I love what they're doing. I love how they're doing it. I love that we have that intrigue, and Paul Heyman does what he does best. He makes this thing believable. like he does not know what the hell is going on. I love it.
I totally agree.
Because he truly doesn't know what's going on. Well, I mean, I'm sure he does, but the role he's playing is because, you know, people say his loyalty is to Roman Reigns. His loyalty is not to the bloodline. So if Roman's not making these calls, Paul like, okay, what's really going on? So, but yeah, it's interesting to see what's going on. What's going to happen?
I mean, what can he do? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like, you know, there's nothing he can do but just kind of be there and just see the train wreck. I mean, the car wreck just to get the KO.
Yeah.
So Quilly, go ahead and say why, because you know, at first when I'm watching it, I'm like, so these folks flipped the car and was like, all right, we finna go get Kevin Owens. Not so much.
And I've heard that a lot on the internet. A lot of people looking at the Kevin Owens thing being just that they randomly selected him or they're circling back to him because him and Roman had issues. No, if you remember the first day Solo showed up by himself. No, I actually showed up with Tonga. This was after they kicked Jimmy out. They was in the back walking the locker room, and they saw Cody Rhodes' locker, which used to belong to Roman Reigns.
That was before Tonga.
Was that before Tonga? Okay,
yeah, because Jimmy was with him.
Jimmy was with him. Okay.
It was Jimmy and Paul.
I knew. I knew another person was with them. So they walk in and they see this locker room has Cody's name on it, which normally would be Roman's locker room. Kevin Owens walked in, kind of grabbed the door of the handle lock, laughed at them, and then walked in. That's why they're attacking Kevin Owens. It's not because something he feuded with Roman, so we get everybody here and said no. They just they didn't like the fact that they felt disrespected when he laughed at them walking into Cody's locker room. So
yeah, because I was like, that was just random how he got whooped, you know what I'm saying, and thrown out there and stuff like that. And that does make sense. So that's going to make for a very interesting couple of weeks. So I don't know if KO is going to be out because of this brutal attack, or you know, if we're going to see what's his name? Tonga, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Tama Tonga, something like that.
Yeah, Tommy Tonga, whatever his name is, Chimichanga. If he's going to wrestle next week. So that I'm kind of liking where it's going, because I think I just saw some on our folks at WrestleMania saying that it's another person that just got signed that could possibly
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, that could possibly come. But what is he going to do? Is he coming in with this? Well, yeah, because if we're looking at Roman probably reuniting with the Usos, that would make sense for this person to go over, right?
So, I mean, you know, everyone is saying is that basically Solo is building his own version of the bloodline, which is going to conflict with Roman whenever he comes back. And you look at it, Roman and the Usos possibly getting back together. The OG bloodline versus these new folks. Now, speaking of which, and this has been a lot of talk, and maybe y'all know this, Solo referred to Tama as my MFT. What does MFT stand for?
So I saw a lot of things. What was it?
You on music.
It was my effing tongue.
Teammate.
I heard my family tree.
That was one of them. My family tree.
So here's the I guess conflicting thing with that. He keeps saying my MFT. So basically the M is there's already a my in there. So it wouldn't be my family tree. So the M
motherfucking twin.
Right. It could have been like so
your teammate.
Could be something else. So we, you know, again, that's just been a lot of talk back and forth on Twitter, on wrestling Twitter, on what it is and what it could be. So
so my family tree was one that was real, was at the forefront, but I agree with you. It's like you're saying my family tree.
Yeah.
And then I heard my
mother
effing
my MF Tonga or something like that.
Yeah. And then I guess it could be MF and teammate, but that seems too easy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either, because they were saying that I was trying the whole episode trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I was Googling while he was saying it.
Even Googling it, I think I saw something that said, I thought it said something like, never mind. It said something about marriage and family therapists when you do MFT.
It could
just
be my
Google it.
favorite something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't
Now,
know.
once you started Googling after that episode, it started giving you wrestling
Oh yeah.
connotations to it. But
I'm curious to see how the
beforehand-
algorithm was for that.
So do
Right.
you all think that we're leading up to Bloodline versus Bloodline?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and here's a target date. And again, this is all speculation. Survivor Series, these past Survivor Series in November have been war games. So you can see, so a lot of people are saying, even though Solo is the front runner on TV, that The Rock is pulling his strings. So you can look at Rock, Solo, Tama, and Jacob Fatu, who's the other guy coming in. So that's 5 on that side. You only got Roman and the Usos, those other 3 on that side. People are saying that you could possibly see Sammy come back around, but this time on Roman and Usos, with Roman and Usos as our baby faces. You could even if you run this one long enough with Kevin Owens, you can see Kevin Owens come back there. So that could be that 5. So you're looking at Roman, the Usos, Sammy, and KO.
I'm feeling Uzi.
This new bloodline of Solo, Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, and The Rock.
So NWO black and white versus red and black.
Red, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think that's 4. I counted wrong. So there's 4 on that side.
Yeah, it's 4.
So drop KO on that side. So yeah, so basically Roman, the Usos, and Sammy versus those other 4 back in War Games next year. So
I'm digging it. I'm digging that, and then you can save like possibly Rock and Roman for WrestleMania.
Yeah, and then, if the Rock, then especially if something happened in that match to trigger
in Vegas, baby, we putting it out there. Vegas,
oh yeah,
man,
it's gonna be in Vegas.
It needs to be, and
I don't
do a podcast in Vegas. Oh, that's gonna be hot.
Yeah, that'd be great. I don't see Rock being in War Games.
Why?
Why? Well, because
he barely getting in the ring. Probably that's a brutal match. But you can take care of somebody. How many times have we seen a champion in a like a four-way match or whatever, and we all know whoever take a butt whooping, you got they hide for majority of the match, then come in and do their thing, and next thing.
Well, he could come in last. He could be the last one to come in. Yeah,
because with War Games they do that.
The match don't begin until you get to all 4 get in there.
Exactly.
That's true.
But then the match doesn't last that long, even when that last person come in, though. Because when that last person come in, you got about 15 to 20 minutes tops.
Right. So let him come in after that. Because in honesty, when you look at the Bloodline Rules match, he was involved. But
he ain't doing nothing.
Exactly. But if you look at the match before that was almost an hour-long match.
Yeah, the tag match the night before, yeah.
So
Bo. I mean, he ain't take no real bump.
My point exactly. Will he really have to take him if he the last one that come into War Games too?
No, I think I could see him in it. They'll take care of him.
Especially them.
I guess if I'm looking at you in War Games, I ain't trying to look at you trying to hide in War Games. I'm want you to be in War Games. Even with Roman.
Somebody got to be last.
Roman was in there. I mean, he was last, but Roman was in that thing.
Yeah.
I believe Rock will be vested in the match for sure. He's not gonna have ass go in a match and not be.
Maybe he'll do the the whooping and the beating and stuff like that. That'll also, but not instead of him getting beat on.
Yeah, he probably won't take it, but again, you look at what he was doing to Cody with the belt and made that man bleed. He can make somebody else bleed and still look good without taking a bump.
But if you notice, War Games is really not what War Games used to be.
They had a top on the cage back in the day with Brian Pillman and all them people.
Exactly.
But Triple H addressed that. He was like, you know, what his answer was, because of the athletes we have, we don't want to limit what they can do. You take the top off, and you got people that can jump off the cage and do all these flips and stuff. You couldn't do that with the top on. So
let me say something. I need to add something because I'm looking at the background. Quilly, is that a Roman Reigns photograph in the back of your?
That is not a Roman Reigns. That is my king, T'Challa. Shout out to Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace.
He looks like Roman Reigns.
It does
kind of
back here. It does from back here. It does.
It has, hold on, it has a glare on it. Let me take this off and see if it looks see better. Well, I think that's my monitor glowing back, but
Still
yeah, that's Chadwick Boseman.
It looked like him. Yeah.
It actually has the word King right there.
I see him now.
I actually saw that on another YouTube video somebody had. It was a smaller version. I just Googled the picture and I saw where they bought it. I just bought a bigger version of it, but
that's sweet.
Yeah.
And I noticed Joe in the back has a my favorite basketball player of all time, Magic Johnson. I must say in the background. Salute, brother. Great.
In other news, so we were.
Hey man, hey, watch yourself, man. Watch yourself, Fontaine. Watch yourself. We talking about Magic Johnson, man.
Yeah.
We
hold on, Ricky. He's talking. Hold on, Ricky. He's talking. Go ahead.
Okay.
Talking about Magic Johnson, man. One of the greatest to ever pick up a freaking basketball, man. Respect that fella. Are you serious? Get him, Joe. I don't have time for him.
Yeah, Joe. Cuban on Cuban.
That's right. That's right, baby. Get him, Joe.
Anyway, so Bloodline, this should be, even if just listening to what Q just said, and we're talking Survivor Series in November, that means that's 6 months of possibly good storyline and build up to get to that point. Obviously there will be some matches and stuff in there. Most people, like, they don't have feuds and stuff. Like, I was laughing last night on Raw that, you know, New Day went against Imperium and Michael Cole was like, this long-standing rivalry. I was like, bitch, they just started that like 4 months ago. Like,
and they had stopped and just come back around. Yeah.
Then, like, no, that's not a rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jake Roberts and Rick Rude was a rivalry. Forgettable.
Dusty and Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's right. Sting and Ric Flair.
Tully and Dusty.
Rivalry.
Steamboat.
And Ric Flair was, oh man, that was chef kiss. They had matches, man.
But you know, I think they're trying to make nostalgia out of matches that are not nostalgic worthy.
I agree.
But to the point of Raw, did y'all see my dog? True, baby.
No, okay, we gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So another thing, AJ Styles versus LA Knight.
LA Knight.
And so we got AJ Styles and Cody. So thoughts on that match and what we could possibly get for the pay-per-view over across the pond.
There's not a match that AJ can step into that he does not make an impression in. That guy is the epitome of wrestling, in my opinion. He, to me, is the Shawn Michaels of this generation. He can make anybody look good, and that match was outstanding. I knew he was going to win because I didn't see a babyface against a babyface. So I knew he was going to win. But I think it was just because they let LA Knight win at WrestleMania. So
yeah, it was a get back. It was like a get back.
Right.
Yeah. Let LA have his moment.
I agree that it's going to be a good match. I mean, of course, we all know Cody's going to win. But I think AJ is going to make it a good match. Shawn Michaels of our generation seems a little strong.
Come on, man.
But I mean,
He did work in TNA. He can't help where he started from. AJ Styles has some great
no,
matches
AJ
in
has
TNA
been
and across
all
and
over
New Japan as well.
New Japan and
Right.
Ring of Honor, if I'm
can
not
go.
mistaken.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can go.
Yeah.
He's a great wrestler. Shawn Michaels of our generation, I don't know about that.
Why?
It's a little strong for me.
You might be a generation ahead. Maybe if you go back 10 years ago, maybe he was that generation's Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels was a little older than two. But right now, I wouldn't put AJ. AJ's getting up there
Because his age, true. But
he's not
his body of work. If you put his body of work since he's been in WWE, if you put that up against Shawn Michaels' work, man, come on.
No, if you put his overall body against Shawn Michaels, I see where you're going. But his WWE body, definitely not.
Yeah, not WWE, because there was.
But you gotta remember,
there was some times with that. Hold up, with the OC and stuff like that. The OC they make that so weak. I still don't understand why
that's not AJ
they can't get that. I know that's not. They tried to make it work, but it doesn't.
For it. I mean,
it don't. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean responsible for DX. He responsible for. I mean, him and Hunter responsible for everything DX did, and they soared. AJ responsible for OC, and they didn't soar. You know, they had good moments.
Well, let me back up. When I say, let me say ring presence. Let me say that instead of body. So let me say that, because the OC, you put Gallows and Anderson against Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, damn, that don't even mix at all. You can't even put those together. So body of in-ring work. How about that?
Hey, since our host is gone real quick, I'm gonna see if I can take over. So I want to show something or try to share something if this will work. I ain't never seen this present button, but you were talking about earlier where you thought this picture was Roman Reigns, but there is a Roman Reigns picture out there on the internet that I want to get. I'm gonna see if I can upload this. If it says share a screen, I'm gonna
now
share.
See, I can see T'Challa.
Yeah, you can see T'Challa there. Yeah, you can see it.
I can see him right there.
Hey, bro, don't ever mess up our king's name like that.
Hey man, you know, I got
Come
that.
On, bro.
I got that southern.
Roman, Ricky, I kind of took over hosting just for a second because I want to share something.
Hello, how the host get kicked out to me?
No, he left.
I muted myself and then I removed myself from the thing. I didn't know what happened. I was just like, well, go right ahead.
So
yeah, making a good host.
So yeah, I don't know if y'all heard of the website Displate. I think it's called Displate. Displate. You usually see it all over social media. It's basically posters, but on like metal backgrounds, so there's easy. But anyway, there's this Roman Reigns one that I want to share real quick. I'm gonna share my screen.
Let me see.
Okay, y'all see this? I selected my screen though. Let me see.
Yeah, there it is. No,
yeah, you'll see it. Okay, right there. There we go. He's holding the belts.
I have to add it to the stage.
All of his victims in the background. Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Dope. That's dope.
You gonna get it?
Yeah, that's dope.
$49.
That's sweet.
I don't know about that.
That's sweet right there.
You know what? I noticed they got the pay in full plan, so break the papers down in the full, and I'll get it that way.
Man, I was gonna say it was $4.
Look, but if y'all notice,
$9, I would get it.
But if y'all notice on that picture, there really wasn't a lot of.
Well, he have a lot of defense. Now it was people multiple times. You know, you beat Kevin Owens ass about 3 times. Sammy.
So that goes to show that's another question that I have. So, would he be the greatest of all times, as McAfee and Michael Cole at times says? Would he be the greatest at all times with that limited amount of opponents that he has had?
Yeah, I mean that and his just limited matches in period just kind of disqualifies him from that. But you also can't take away from his what he did in that 3.5, almost 4-year reign. So I wouldn't necessarily call him the greatest champion of all time, but he's a Hall of Famer. So you can put it at that. Yeah,
easy.
So.
I mean, if you're talking about greatest of all time champion, it's always because of the decades of sustainability, what he truly did for wrestling, and the fact that he didn't just wrestle in one particular area. The man went from territory to territory to territory to make your guy look good. This man wrestled for hours a night, and he's had sustained. We literally named 3 or 4 different feuds and used his name. So he's always going to be the person I say is the greatest champion, and that's Ric Flair.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the John Cena's, but you got all these limited title runs. Yeah. I mean, you get a belt, drop a belt, get a belt, drop a belt. And John, I would say he's probably one of the better champions, even than Roman Reigns, because he was defending.
Yeah, he was there.
Absolutely.
John Cena got he was carrying that thing for a while too. Like,
oh yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think on Joe's point, the way that Flair worked and you going to different territories, and if y'all remember, y'all may not, but he came to Memphis, man, and made Jerry Lawler look like a freaking the king that he was. You understand? Yeah. On Saturday wrestling, he came in and Lawler whooped him, man, to his underwear. Yeah. Flair made you like this the man. So you going to the show Monday night thinking Lawler is gonna win. But what happened? Flair pulls it out.
Oh yeah.
Right. But you talking about a 45-minute match where Flair he got this guy looking like he's the greatest wrestler ever. He'd take a jabroni. He'd take a dude. I mean, Flair. It was often said this man could take a broom and wrestle a broom and make it look for 30 minutes and make it look like a good match. But he's going to he's taking the guy in your top territory and making him look like a king.
In your
yeah.
Do you know who else did that does not get the credit that he deserves? Nick Bockwinkel. Mm-hmm. Nick Bockwinkel went to everybody's territory because Flair was NWA. Bockwinkel was AWA. And he did the exact same thing. And he'll come in there all educated, talking that trash in these old fancy terms. And you like, what is he saying? And he's gonna go in there and whoop your boy. But he gonna make your boy look good until he turn him out. Hey, man. When do we go back to old school, and do we have any old school wrestlers mentality left?
It ain't gonna be, because times are changed. It's just like asking for the way that Magic and the rest of the crew used to hoop and stuff like that. We know the physicality and stuff like that. That stuff's gone now. And the same thing unfortunately with wrestling versus wrestling and sports entertainment.
Yeah,
they're saying that they're putting the wrestling back in things, but it's not like, it's still not what it used to be to us and stuff like that. But now for younger generation it is. But from what we done grew up with and stuff like that, it's going to be slighted.
So Ricky, what you saying is like LeBron flopping and all of that stuff. Is that what you're saying? I'm just asking because I'm trying to understand. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
I'm sorry, Joe. My bad. I'm just saying, Joe.
Let's circle back to that. Let's get back on SmackDown. We'll talk about the playoffs.
Yeah, thank you.
I was just asking because Ricky kind of made it where it was sports, and the totality. I was just trying to understand even he knows. Don't eat your little
The
chip,
look
man.
in Joe's face.
Know your
right
boy be flopping a lot and be falling backwards and crying and I'm just saying he too big to be but anyway, yeah,
we got AJ Styles versus Cody. We all think it's going to be a pretty good match, but we shall see what Backlash has for us. Also, two things on this one: we had our new tag titles released. I think they look better than the Raw tag titles. And the Street Profits, ladies and gentlemen, gets the first shot at A-Town Down Under. Yes. Go
no, you talk too much, man. Go ahead, Ricky.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the red in the world titles. I love the
it's
new
because
look.
Well, the red is because even though it's called the world title, they still got to incorporate that red from Monday Night Raw because it's a Raw title. That's why they.
Why does the WWE titles, which looks like the old titles, in my mind, I picture Demolition.
Right. Yeah. Those
those titles.
That Demolition titles. Those when the Legion of Doom was in WWE, they had those titles. So okay, what people need to realize is that even though it's separate brands, it's separate names, the letters WWE will always be number one on it. So even when you had so like the world title, when the big goal, Triple H had that one, but again that was WCW's belt. WWE belts are always going to be just a notch above the other one. So so in my mind, because the WWE titles are on SmackDown, it almost looks like SmackDown being the number one show, or what they used to call the A show, Raw being the B show. So yeah, I mean, granted, I love the new title look. I like, again, it is referenced back to those old tag team titles, the way it's shaped and everything. So I actually like it. I'm surprised that they went away from the actual look of the WWE title, or what they call it now, the undisputed WWE title, the championship. They dropped the Universal from that name now, and the WWE Women's title. Those two are kind of shaped similar, but yeah, the tag is a little different. But I do like the look on it though.
That thing nice. Like you were right though. See, like when I saw him, it gave me that call back to the Demolition days and those guys that had the belt. So I'm digging this one more than the other one.
Scroll up, Rick. I'm curious. What does it show the price on it? It said you can pre-order, but
$4.99.
Yeah, and see, that's what their titles normally run. But
dang, for a tag title, can we at least just get
both of them? No, I was just about to say that's $4.99 for one. You can buy two.
If that was for both, it'd be all right.
This was one of my favorites right here too.
Yeah, the winged eagle they call it. Yeah.
The eagle joint.
I heard Cody was going to try to get him one and make a belt that had the winged eagle on it too.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, supposedly
I wouldn't doubt if they gave
he wants to redesign.
I really wouldn't doubt.
He wants to redesign the title with that winged eagle on it. So.
And when I picture that belt, I think Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan.
It's like certain belts remind you of certain champions.
Yeah, I mean, the big gold is always going to be Ric Flair's belt to me.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Even though Sting had it, Booker T had it.
Yeah.
That's Flair's belt.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's his belt.
DDP had it. What was that? What was the
I have a killer.
What was the movie star that had it? What's the dude's name?
David Arquette.
David Arquette had it.
Those were some dark days in WCW, boy.
Oh my God, David Arquette has a championship reign.
The Scream guy.
Golly, man, that was crazy. So, Street Profits, y'all, what y'all think? I didn't like them getting the title shot first because that mean they're finna take a L.
Yeah, I think they're gonna take a L too. Yeah,
they're gonna take a L, and I'm wondering what this is gonna do for this whole Pride clique because they're not doing anything right now. There's nothing about this faction that's making me like, all right, it's about to get when we first saw it, when Bobby Lashley came in and we saw the street prop, we was like, oh snap, here we go. And we still going with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Bianca and Montez show on Hulu.
Yeah.
Pretty good show. He is struggling with, her being, the breadwinner right now of the whole marriage and stuff like that. I don't want to say it's jealousy, but I think everybody know Montez is going to blow up at some time soon, but everybody just sitting back and waiting to me. I think he's going to be great. He showed it at Elimination Chamber. A lot of people were pissed off he didn't win Elimination Chamber. So I don't know, maybe this loss may push this faction into possibly shutting down and Montez doing his own thing because Bobby's not doing his thing. What you guys think about Street Profits right now?
Well, that whole crew, and they tried it, but it didn't work. They really need to go heel, but the crowd won't let them go heel because they keep cheering for them. So then, creative was like, well, we're going to move y'all this way then because the crowd won't accept y'all as heels. And because of that, they haven't been able to get over the hump. I hate, because see, here's the thing about, and if you want to just say, like Bobby is straight. Bobby can go all by himself. He'll be fine as far as booking. But if you end up breaking up the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins might, well, like you said, might be like Cameron Grimes.
Marty Jannetty.
After about a couple months, he gonna get them release papers too. So that's why I don't want them to break up right now unless they got something solid for Dawkins to do also.
Dawkins go down to NXT, find his way. Hell, if Trick Williams won the belt.
Who is Sid talking to?
I think the only way that it's gonna work, turn Dawkins heel. I think Dawkins will make a better heel than. Well, I think if you turn Dawkins heel and you keep Ford a babyface, Ford could go either way. He's already shown he can go either way. But if you turn Dawkins heel, that gives Dawkins an extra edge, which would do something different than the Marty Jannetty situation. So he will not end up the Marty Jannetty of the Street Profits, if that makes sense.
I see at best Angelo Dawkins being like a Butch Reed, a Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat, that kind of person. Butch Reed actually had a singles career for a little bit. Butch Reed is with Doom, and I think who was with Doom?
Butch Reed and Ron Simmons.
Yeah, Butch Reed and Ron Simmons, and Ron Simmons left and did his own thing and stuff like that. At max, I think that Angelo Dawkins could be a Butch Reed and can be a mid-card intercontinental champion-ish kind of thing or whatever if done right. But they need free Montez Ford.
Montel.
So if you saying the man gonna be Marty Jannetty, Butch Reed, and Stevie Ray, then you saying
he might well get his walking paper.
Right.
No, Marty Jannetty was actually good on the indie circuits. But
that's released though. That's still released.
I know, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, WWE ain't indie circuit.
I mean, I like the going back down to NXT idea. I think
North American title. Repackage it, North American title. Go down there and get those guys worked up a little bit, and then come back. And you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotcha. So,
but he ain't
not ready. He's not ready to be single and on the main roster. Do you think
nobody cares about him on the main roster? To be honest,
Montez is Ron Simmons, is Booker T, and Shawn Michaels, and you saying my guy is Butch Reed, Stevie Ray,
and Marty
Jannetty.
Say Liz.
So he's going on to be world champion. and he going on to drugs and death. Gotcha. Okay. I
Wait
just
a
want
minute,
to
man.
get
Stevie Ray ain't dead, bro, and
Is
he ain't
Butch
on
Reed
drugs.
dead? Did Butch
I think
Reed die?
Butch Reed might be. I don't know. Is Butch
I
Reed?
ain't
No,
remember seeing
I
her.
need to see.
no.
Hold
Butch
on.
Reed's still alive. I think.
I was
I
talking
think
about
they
Martin
also.
Jannetty, actually.
Yeah,
Martin
Martin
Jannetty
Jannetty,
almost dead.
he almost did.
Hold
He,
up.
No,
Hold up.
Butch
Let's talk
Reed
about
passed
something real
away.
quick.
Butch Reed passed away in 2021.
oh wow. Okay.
So let's talk about something real quick. Have y'all seen Martin Jannetty's girlfriend? She looked like she almost on. Never mind. Okay, I digress. Let's
Hey,
go.
when he met her, she was actually kind of cute, but that just shows how life comes at you fast, man.
What's that term? You ever heard somebody refer to, man, you lived a hard life. You can use it to tell about how they live. You lived a hard life, man.
You know, in church they say, you know, we say thank God we don't look like what we've been through, but some people can't say that.
Some people actually
Right.
look like what they've
Yes.
been through.
Some
Right.
people
What he
look
been
like
through,
what
he
they've
look
been
like.
through. Yeah,
Right.
so we
He looked worse than what he been through,
All right.
and he been through a lot.
okay. So anyway,
so-
we
So
brought
SmackDown
up
closed with Bailey
No.
versus.
no,
versus-
real quick, Jade. They set up Jade and Bianca possibly going against Damage Control
Oh,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. So that's going to be something I like. Like I said, I like it that, you know, Bianca is right there with Jade for right now. I can deal with it for right now. But if they get those belts, I don't look at anybody beating them. I
No.
think at the split happening will cost them the titles. To me,
I agree with you. I want them to have we always speaking hypothetical, but they win the title. I literally want them to have them titles for like a year, maybe 2 years, and not even necessarily a split. That's when at some point, and you can even see some of it now. At some point, Jade, once she got the skills up under her, Jade's gonna get the big head and think that I can do better by myself. And when Jade turns on Bianca, because face it, they're not gonna turn Bianca, at least not now, because literally she's the female version of John Cena right now. But I can see them Jade turning on her. Then we will get the Jade Bianca match that everybody wants. And Jade can go on and and dominate as a heel. Bianca can go on moving on with somebody else. But that's what I think is gonna happen. Hypothetically.
heel Bianca is dope. So man, free
Yeah,
heel
that's
Bianca.
why I say I kind of want that too. But I can see Jade going heel first before Bianca does.
But how
But
many heels do we actually have women wise?
How many teams?
How many
Heel.
heels?
Oh, heels.
How many women heels?
You
are
got
there
damage
besides
control. You got
damage control?
Chelsea Green and Piper.
I mean, Shayna and old girl could be a
Shayna
heel.
and Shayna could be a heel again. You got
Tiffany.
Nia Jack, Tiffany Strat. They're not gonna let Tiffany be a heel too much longer, man, because you hear
The
people
crowd is
They
behind
love
it already.
they love her already.
I look forward to them getting the championships, but I just don't want them. It's just they call it the mid-card vortex. But I mean, I don't want them to stick there with these championships and they just be stuck and they don't get no title shots. I mean, think about the last time Oscar and Kyrie has had a championship match.
Yeah, they have. I mean,
you just sit there and you just
Right.
well, because it's going to be difficult now because of EO being the champion, being on TV, they was with her because they were all together, but they wasn't defending the title. They were just on. But my point is, they need to figure out a way to get them on TV, whether they're defending them or not.
right.
That's what happens a lot of times. Like the Katana Chance and the other girl, the former tag team champions, we only saw them on TV when they were champions, and
Right.
since they've lost it, we have not seen them much. I mean, they was in this Battle Royal, on last night on Monday.
Yeah, and they was checking them folks with that
because they were tagging.
It was just a bunch of. It was Nia, Liv, Becky, and a bunch of tag teams.
And we're gonna get to that, and we need to discuss that because
we gonna get to.
I'm kind of salty.
Yeah, I am.
All right, so to end it, so it's Tiffy time. So Tiffy comes out at the main event with Bailey and Naomi and Rick Shop. I really like Tiffany Stratton. I like what they're doing with her. She continues to improve to me. And I like her as a heel. What's y'all thoughts on what they're gonna do from here? Maybe see a triple threat at Backlash or whatever. But
yeah, I like the way they ended the match because you had two baby faces against each other, and whoever I guess lost would it will look bad on them. Whoever lost and the champion wasn't gonna lose the first title defense. So I like the fact that they had someone interfere. And yeah, Tiffany is one of those heels now that we want to see what she can do. So yeah, you might either get. I don't know if you necessarily even get a triple threat. I think this is just Naomi's time as almost like a favor. I think Bayley. I don't think she said it, but you could always play it off where Bayley owed Naomi a favor for helping her out with damage control, but now that's done with, and now Bayley can focus on Tiffany Stratton. So you may just get a one-on-one match. You may get Naomi and Tiffany like on a SmackDown before Backlash, but the Backlash pay-per-view I think it's going to be Bayley and Tiffany Stratton.
anything on Tiffany, Joe?
I like Tiffany. I don't mind the ending because you protect Naomi. You make sure Bayley didn't lose her championship, of course, her first title defense, and you continue to push Tiffany as a heel. I think the crowd's gonna cheer who they want to cheer, but Tiffany can continuously push to get her heel heat. Talk bad about the crowd, say how wonderful she is. I mean, they gonna cheer anyway, but I mean,
It still don't work.
yeah. Well, I mean, you have to do what you have to do with your heel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
you can't control that. You got to be a heel
right.
and try to
She's gonna be a tweener. You know what I'm saying? And because the crowd, they're vibing her because of her persona. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's Tiffany time. It's like hey, just so they're loving it. But she's trying to come across as a heel, and it's not working. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I mean, I like her. She working so far. But I mean, I hope that they continue to market her the right way.
yeah.
I think the only problem I had with that whole segment was you had Bianca and Jade directly next door to Damage Control in a suite.
Yeah, you knew that was
drama popped off.
Yeah, it's early with that. So you start out with the arguing back and forth and the hold me back moments and stuff, and plus they was in the stands and the bleachers. Once they get out in the ring, we'll see them tussle.
What you trying to say? Because they black women, they got to fight everywhere they go.
No, if they are against each other like they just fought in WrestleMania, then why they so close to each other without a confrontation is what I'm saying. So yeah,
that's the same thing when you got somebody who like CM Punk hates Drew McIntyre, but they will stand in the ring and talk in the interviews. That's the same thing. They just in some suites.
But they knew CM Punk couldn't fight. He's
Yeah, well. All right, so that concludes SmackDown review. So Sid, this is your time to shine.
All right.
We're going to talk about the AEW pay-per-view and give us some highs and lows real quick.
Just hit the highlights, man. We don't.
Hey, man, listen.
That pay-per-view about 4 hours long.
No. I'll give you a low.
I'm gonna say,
Chris Jericho fans turned on him.
Your money's worth. They would make sure you don't want to see another wrestling show within the next 2 weeks because they're gonna shove it down your throat. We have a new TBS champion, the first black TBS champion.
Shout out to Willow Nightingale.
Willis girl.
Shout out to Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, clearly like
Willow Nightingale.
Joe, Fall up off this man. Hey,
I thought Jade was a TNT TBS champion.
She was.
she
Yeah.
was Jade in
Yeah.
WWE.
And she blacker than Willow.
Yeah. No, we're going back to your first. We said first black. We just want to make sure we put correct information out there. Will,
Okay.
talk about it.
All right,
first.
man. But look, man, go on, man. Go on,
Okay,
man.
my bad. Okay, my bad.
There was a first black champion, but it wasn't TBS. We'll get to him in a little bit.
Exactly. So, and then Road Dogg. Now, I want to talk about this real quick. So, give me a minute, Rick, because I want Quilly and I want all of y'all to chime in on this. So, Swerve Strickland, which was a shock to me. I did not foresee Samoa Joe losing that title so soon.
Well, okay. So I did, because this whole thing has been, and I'm gonna need probably about 10 minutes on this one. So Swerve, the whole feud, Swerve has been talking about being the first black AEW champion.
You say 2 or 10?
No, I said I'm gonna need a few minutes. I said 10, but I ain't gonna be 10 minutes. I just got a lot to say about this. Give y'all some little content on this whole situation. If you pay attention to Twitter after Swerve won, it's a lot of black folks that does not like Swerve, and I'm gonna tell you why. Even though this whole promo has been about being the first black AEW champion. So again, in this whole podcast world, I got inspired by a lot of different people. And there is a wrestling podcast called Black Wrestling. Black Wrestling every year releases out a top 50 black wrestlers every year. So this happened about a couple years ago. Swerve, for his AEW work, was on there, and evidently Swerve, he was listed lower than Swerve felt like he deserved to be. So he made this big uproar about, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Take me off y'all list. So the people of Black Wrestling, okay, respect, oblige, we take you off. But then he wants to come back around and talk about how I just want to be the best wrestler. Why am I gotta be the best black wrestler and all this kind of stuff? So he alienated a lot of not only black wrestlers, but a lot of black wrestling fans. So matter of fact, if you listen to Black Wrestling, they refer to Swerve Strickland as number 51. They don't even say the man's name. So he's number 51 because they took him out of the top 50 since he said take him off the list. So the black Twitter has basically been on Swerve ass, because now when it's time to win this championship, now you want to come back around and talk about how black you are, and you want to lift up other black people and show respect to black. But before the end, matter of fact, I put something in the group meet. I'll scroll back up and find it, where somebody had said something about don't try to take this opportunity to look at your blackness or something. So anyway, I have no problem with Swerve winning. If that's what they want to do over there, that's fine. But I just don't want him having to use the whole I'm the first black champion. I'm representing, like somebody like said. The tweet says, this is another fan said, separating yourself from blackness and then acknowledging your blackness when it benefits you. Where we seen that before. So that's why black wrestling fans are mad at Swerve right now.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that to me, because I didn't get it. I mean, right, I'm happy. I'm happy for Swerve, winning the title and stuff like that. I don't, how long he gonna have it. Who knows with them boys over there or whatever. But I did see it. I just the promos that them two were cutting and stuff like that, kind of, and how they was doing with Swerve and stuff like that, with him signing his stuff, his contract in blood, and all the other stuff. Like, I don't know, it was something about that was like, I don't know if he finna lose this. Mm-hmm. Like, the people were getting behind him. It was almost Kofi Mania-ish. Not that close, but you can kind of see it happening.
I think, to Quilly's point, I have seen black on black crime. I have seen
I've seen the mountains up.
I'm going there. I have seen
little black boys and little white girls.
And as an educator, of our youth, I have seen
The mountain.
black. I have seen black people go against black people.
Mhm.
So somebody kick this man out of this group.
Hey, you turned your camera off, but your mic's still on. Mute your mic so we can't hear you laughing.
So, hey, I'll let who lie. I understand what Swerve's saying because one thing I know, black people hate on black people. It's just a sad situation.
Facts.
It's sad.
My thing is,
we are the only race, and this not being political, even though we are the black four horsemen. We hate on each other more than other races hate on us. So I can't blame Swerve because they're going to put somebody else ahead of him. Man, I throw you the finger.
Now find the picture because it's probably on Twitter somewhere. Did you see the picture where he was supposedly reenacting the Kobe picture when Kobe was holding the trophy after he won the title?
Yeah, I did see that. And just real quick point.
Ricky, you know that.
Have you all ever heard of white on white crime or Mexican on Mexican crime or Asian on Asian crime? If not,
I have not.
Stop saying this shit.
Black on black,
black on black crime. Unless you finna go out here and say white on white crime, Mexican on Mexican crime.
I feel you.
You know,
I've seen white on white crime,
but it wasn't referred to as white on white crime. Well, to his point, you probably seen
white,
it.
We don't.
It's white collar crime.
I thought this nigga was on the toilet at first. I was like,
It looks like he on a porta potty.
This man in a handicap shower. That's the shower.
Oh, yeah,
like,
with the rod on the side where you hold.
Okay.
Hold up. What kind of jacket is that? Is that Public Enemy jacket?
That's that new members only 2024.
Oh yeah.
Crime is crime.
Right.
That's why.
To Joe's point. Going back to Joe's point, yes, crime is crime.
What number was he? Which upset him?
I don't remember exactly. I have to look it up because their list online somewhere. He wasn't outside of. He probably wasn't higher than 20. He may have been like 18, 19, but yeah, he felt like that was too bad.
Now I will say this,
or was this wrestlers? Period.
No, it's black wrestling. It's so funny. They've been doing this list for I've seen at least 3 lists, so maybe longer than that, maybe 3-4 years ago. When they first put the list out, everybody like, there's 50 black wrestlers out there because they do all promotions, WWE, AEW, independents, TNA. So they scour the world to find these wrestlers. So, and it's men and women on this list. Like, matter of fact, I got to find the most. Last year, I think Bianca was number 1. I think because they always have like a cover athlete. So I think she was ranked number 1.
Males and females together.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you got to get 50, so it's got to be male and female. Now, I would say this: I would be interested to see
who are the other 19 wrestlers that's better than Swerve. Real talk.
That's what I was about to say. I would be interested to see who the other 18
exactly
were. So, now, I'm not saying that he should stop saying I'm black because of that.
But did he say I'm not black, or he just said take me off your list?
But yeah, well, he said first of all,
that's basically saying I'm not.
He said take me off your list, but then I think on an interview right after that, he tried to come back with saying that I don't want to be in the box to be looked at as just a black wrestler. I want to be, because you know what is that? There is a list out there that I think Dave Meltzer and they little group do, where it's like the PWI 500. So he would rather be on that list with all wrestlers and be in the, I guess, top 20 or whatever number he's good at that. But here's the thing about that though. You could be in that one with everybody, and you be ranked 220. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 500 of them, where it's just 50 of this. So they.
So he basically told you, "I'm not black. I'm OJ."
That's what he said.
Okay.
I just for some reason I just Googled black wrestling. No, they call it the BRP 50.
Hey man, it's all about OJ.
So I just Googled BRP 50.
I mean,
And
OJ became black when he
got on
trial.
trial. He did.
Right.
So,
that was the
and
blackest thing OJ
and then he
done.
went back white. And then he went, never mind.
Right, because he started back playing golf.
Yeah.
And not that black people don't play golf.
I was gonna say I can swing some clubs.
Yeah,
I
want to learn how to actually.
Yeah,
we need to link up and go. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so we talked about Swerve. So Chris Jericho, ladies and gentlemen, this goes back to the fans. They singing his Judas song like that was like the most over song in wrestling when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
And went from that to now he's getting please retire chance.
Please retire.
It's the what have you done for me lately thing. So when that song first debuted, his intro song, everybody was singing it. I mean, they still sing it to this. From what I'm saying, they still sing it to this day. But what have you done lately in the ring? So
it is his fault.
Yeah, I think because Jericho is doing his due diligence and he is getting over younger talent and putting over younger talent, he's paying the consequences from the fans from that.
Well, anyway, so
okay, what else you got, Steve?
But Jericho is Jericho. You can't deny his greatness. Yes, he is old, but nobody was saying, please retire. It's not like he was messing up the match or making bad moves. You know,
I believe everybody was saying that.
Nobody said, please retire to Hogan when he was fighting Rock. And Hogan was old as he could be.
That's two different levels, too. That's two different levels of greatness.
It just depends on who they're fighting. You know what I mean?
That's two different levels of greatness, though.
So
Jericho ain't Hogan great.
So are you gonna say Jericho is not Hogan great? That's a whole nother debate.
No, yeah, I just said it.
It's not debate. It's not. I mean,
Jericho is not Hogan great.
It's an argument, but it's not debate. They're on two different levels, man.
All of you are gonna tell me that Chris Jericho is not on Hulk Hogan level.
Yes.
I don't agree with that.
Well, you're not understanding, bro.
I don't agree with that. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with that.
Because when you compare, if you're going to compare them, you got to compare their whole career. So you got to look at Hogan making movies, Hogan winning championships, Hogan highlight. Literally you got the Saturday Night Main events were all about. Was all about
movies.
I know,
Hogan
but still though,
as a wrestler is greater than Chris Jericho as a wrestler. Chris Jericho came. That man said, "Weren't you just in WCW wrestling some guy named Juventud?"
And he was
rock clown Chris Jericho when he came in so bad, bro. It was so funny. And I mean, he had one of the greatest entrances into WWE.
I just watched that like last week.
Oh yeah,
but as soon as he came in, Rock looked at dude like he ain't never seen him before, and Rock shut that down so quick. It was so fun. But that's neither here nor there. Those two are on. Hogan is like top 10 of all time, maybe top 5 on, probably top 5 on because of his sustainability. Because he actually carried WCW. I mean, not WCW, WWE and WCW.
And WCW.
I mean, NWO, WrestleMania 3.
Getting ready with calling people niggas.
Right. He's the third longest reigning WWE champion of all time. I mean, Jericho, he is on planes higher than he's in Ric Flair territory. Ric Flair, Stone Cold, Rock territory. That's where Hogan is.
And then guess what? Nobody thought that Hogan could be heel. Nobody.
Right.
Everybody thought that was a wrap for Hogan because Hogan was the baby face, say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
Probably the greatest baby face of all time.
The greatest baby face of all time. And he went over and did the heel stuff and made that look easy as well.
Yes. And if they hadn't run NWO into the ground, man, that would have been WCW could have been on a different plane.
I was in
Chris
NWO.
Jericho. He's nowhere near there. Now, don't get me wrong. Chris Jericho is awesome,
talented, good matches.
Wonderful.
Okay, all you gotta say, let's not even think about the past. Well, a little bit of the past. The last wrestler I heard the crowd say, "Please retire," was the Big Show, and we ain't seen the Big Show since. So that's just say if Jericho's in that category, then it's a wrap. Now he did win the LA championship, the FTW championship. So of course we're gonna see more of him because of that. But I can see Jericho being a producer here in the next couple months.
But I wanna put this out here because I'm the devil's advocate. Now you all said AEW is the B show. So the fans really they ain't hitting on two flies.
I didn't say
I didn't say that. The fans said that.
So
yeah, I don't think
what I'm saying is we hadn't even given AEW even some airtime until today.
Yeah,
so
I don't think AEW is the B show. If I'm being honest, it's more like the C or D show.
Exactly. My point is, so you gonna base Chris Jericho's greatness on some B, C, or D fans.
Now, the show he said is C, D. He say the fans are C, D. So it's because the fans are going.
So
the fans like the product.
So that's you saying that we're B, C, D because we're AEW and WWE fans because we went to those shows too. We would go to
We're universal.
Right, but you're saying that those fans can be universal as well.
No, what I'm saying is that guy has some fancy ear apparatuses because he has names on the top of his little thing. Okay, but never mind. I digress. So as I was saying,
It's called Brandon, man.
My guy,
ear apparatuses. Come on, bro.
The vocabulary. That's the educator's name.
Chris Jericho. Yes, it may be time. He needs to go and tour with his band. True enough.
Which the crowd also was chanting, Fozzy sucks. So basically his band sucks too.
Damn, they said that
hard out here.
They hard out here. It's hard out here for a pimp.
For a pimp, but
I don't have I have nothing but respect for Chris, man. I mean, you think about WCW, WWE, New Japan, now AEW. Chris is spanned. If you talking about AJ Styles, Chris Jericho is on that plane and probably higher. You know what I'm saying? He's more of a Shawn Michael-esque type to me than probably AJ Styles because he spanned generations, if you will, and held titles in all those different areas. But at the same time, it may be time for him to take a short break, step away, and then come back. And then, hey, here I am. Y'all missed me. I'm back type thing. But what did you think about the Brian Danielson
Brian
and
Danielson and Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay match.
I
See it.
haven't
Enjoyed
seen
that.
much. I haven't seen much of Will, but I've seen enough in the indie and stuff, the indie circus and stuff to know that I would sit down and watch a Will Ospreay match any day.
So
He
he's
can go.
go ahead, I'm sorry. He's had several matches on AEW television, and man, it's cold.
He can go.
Mm-hmm.
He
He can
can
go.
go.
So what do you think about that Brian Danielson Will Ospreay match?
Probably match of the year.
Mm.
And it was back and forth, and they literally wrestled. They wrestled, they fought, and they told a wonderful story that I could actually keep up with and be like, golly, man, I'm invested into this. But we knew what was going to occur. But do you all think Daniel Bryan's career is coming to an end?
Yeah, I think he said that. He said that he's probably gonna go, I think part-time, maybe. I think he said, or
Is his body failing him?
no, I just think he wants to spend more time with his family. I think is what he was saying.
Okay.
And that, to Sig's point, man, that's why I started watching AEW, because it's like the purest form of wrestling. It's like you get it. It's like it's not as much what it in the beginning. It wasn't as much talking. It was just wrestling. It was the fighting. That's the first time limit draw I hadn't seen in years. I was like, wait a minute, a time limit draw? I mean, it's just the purest form of wrestling.
Who had a time limit draw? That match?
Not
There's been a lot of.
Oh no, I've heard of some and stuff like that, because I still wonder why people used to always say this match has a TV time limit or so on. So I was like,
yeah,
we never reached that time limit anyway.
yeah.
But AEW, they brought that back and they do that. Uh-huh.
Yes, and
they have gone back to that, and I think they do that to build each other up. Because back in not WCW, but back in the NWA day, they had a lot of draws. And I was reading today. They were talking about how Arn and Tully fought somebody, and they went to a 20-minute draw. I think it was with Sting and Nikita Koloff. And they found out that they only got $3,000 for the match, but JJ got $6,000, which made them turn around and start negotiating with WWE. That's why they ended up leaving and becoming the
Brain Busters.
Yeah, the Brain Busters.
Brain Busters. Yeah.
So it's like, wow, you don't realize the behind the scenes stuff. So how the manager get paid more than the doggone talent that's in the ring? So was he really their manager for real, taking a change like that?
Well, I think that was probably old school, whoever the producer was or the agent knew. I know JJ from back then, back in the day. I'm gonna throw him a little extra, because back then RNS and Tully were still fairly young and new to the business. So yeah, it's probably some old school hustling back. You bring your guys up to let them wrestle. I'll throw you a little extra. Telling JJ, I'll throw you a little extra behind the scenes, and we'll cause a watch.
That sound like what went on.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Okay. Well, hey, appreciate it, Sig. You and Joe are going to keep us abreast on AEW. I just can't do it. But I appreciate your knowledge and teaching me everything. But I would like to take this time, because of Sig, I want to make sure I take this time to give a shout out to our sponsor for Sig's segment, Nigga Please Cereal, on his take with Chris Jericho and Hulk Hogan. That is very great cereal. Chris Rock made it famous. So everybody, whenever you get a chance, go get y'all some Nigga
Hold
Please
up,
cereal.
Man, I didn't know where you were going with this.
Did Booker T make that famous? I'm just saying. I'm just trying to understand.
Thank you for the good old folks over there at Nigga Please. All right, so
we have a sponsorship for my AEW segment. It'll be coming soon. I make an announcement in the thread coming soon. So
okay, well, you send it to me. I promise I'll put it out there. Any one of y'all, if y'all want to push something,
stay tuned.
Send it to me. We'll put it on here. So
stay tuned. On top of the Nigga Please.
I wish I had the song. Nigga Please. Okay, so WWE Raw. Real quick, we're gonna go down through there. First thing I said was the Alpha Academy renovation and stuff. I don't like it.
Okay, so
go ahead and turn them. Go ahead and kick them out. That would have been a good time for them to bring out Ivy now and whatchamacallit, and they go out there and they kick their butt, and that's the new Alpha Cap. The way they dragging it along, you tell me what you're going to help me do that. Like, I don't like it.
So to your point, the rumor is that Gable will end up teaming with the Creed brothers and basically starting the heel version of Alpha Academy with the Creeds. So that's why we say, instead of dragging this whole long and talking bad about the other folks, just go ahead and kick them out and go ahead and start it up. So we don't know. We'll see, because Chad Gable was almost that. He didn't necessarily a heel. It's almost like he a bully at this point. That eventually, once the crowd really started booing him for that, then he'll fully turn on the heel charm. But he just kind of looks like a bully right now, talking bad about it. Folks who used to be his friends. So
I don't want this to be like the Titanic movie. Like, you went there, you watched it. We know what's gonna happen. We know the boat sank. Okay, let's just go ahead and fast forward to the boat sinking. Let's just go ahead.
Let's get to the good part.
To it. Let's get to the good part and stuff like that, because Tozawa, that was such a random intro, and then with Maxine, and then after old boy left with Otis. Otis had the Money in the Bank briefcase, ladies and gentlemen. And that's that.
We don't talk about that no more.
Yeah, no.
But I like Otis.
Act like it didn't happen.
I like Otis as a heel. I do. More so than a babyface. Because that worm is not hitting on nothing.
That worm is not a move for a heel.
It's not a move for a fat guy either, but I digress.
Wait. So speaking of tag teams, the new Imperium, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy that they went on ahead and got rid of Da Vinci.
Well, see, that's gonna be a Angelo Dawkins situation. We're not gonna see. They gonna have one match with Giovanni and Kozlov, and we're not gonna see him again.
And I'm offended, because why not flip the script? Because the guy that was jumped was already injured and had got fired. So he was already gone. He got brought back. So why not let the Ludwig guy, why not let him become the victim and get the other guy some airtime?
Because he's the Shawn Michaels-esque person of the tag team.
So
we're gonna go back to that. He's the Booker T.
So Giovanni is
Marty Jannetty.
Steve
a lot of modern genetics in the WWE.
We're not gonna do this to every tag team and bring it.
Looks like y'all are.
I like it. I'm gonna keep it going. Every tag team y'all look at now, y'all gonna think, which one is Butch Reed?
So Kofi and
Kofi was Ron Simmons.
Who is Butch Reed? Who is Butch Reed and who is Ron Simmons between New Day?
No, Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is the Butch Reed and Martin. Because so at this point they probably not gonna split up the New Day. But if they had, Xavier Woods better be glad that the New Day is still around.
I thought they were going to continue to build
because that man
Xavier
be over
was
in
the
TNA.
king of the ring,
because
man.
he won King of the Ring.
Yes.
I was like, they're about to push him for the IC
I knew
title.
that one.
I just
And then
knew
they just
it.
they slapped him like
That-
I slapped that mosquito.
That was a wish.
Man,
That was a wish
No,
to Xavier Woods because he
this-
always wanted to be king of the ring.
Roman and
this-
stomped that man crown.
This is what happened when they said, hey, I think that I can be, after this King of the Ring, I think that I can be, IC champion. This is what they said. They went on ahead and poured him a big ass cereal bowl of.
Come on, man.
So,
that's
on
what
this
they
point,
said.
how believable, to me, it was unbelievable, but how believable was Xavier talking trash / cash money to my guy Gunther about the King of the Ring? That just did not make
Let's
sense.
think about it. He beat Finn Balor for the King of the Ring, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just think
What did he
about
win?
that for a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
And then King of the Ring comes around like leap year because it didn't happen last year. They said when they said it was 2022 when they last had it. I'm just like, so is this like the King of the Ring, like the Olympics? Goddamn, like, is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Really? So
That's funny.
I don't know, but anyway, I digress, man. We talked about the Afro Imperium. I've been hearing rumblings that they are going to push Ludwig Kaiser
And they should.
for whatever. He's good on the mic. He's decent on the mic, and he in the ring he looks like he knows his way around the ring and stuff
And
like
he
that.
kind of looked like a white J.J. Evans. I'm just saying. Never mind. Go ahead. It's the way he be.
Kick this man out the group.
That just happened. All right, so what's going on with the Judgment Day, y'all?
Oh, Judgment Day blowing up. I said by the time Rhea Ripley get back, it might not be no Judgment Day.
Wait a minute. I don't know if it because I didn't finish watching Raw because somebody spoiled it for me and told me that Becky had won, but we'll get to that in a minute. But there was a segment that made me have a far-fetched idea. What was the scene with Dominic and old girl? And it went to commercial break with Liv Morgan looking at Dominic. Not if it was like a what's up kind of thing, or not like she was about to whoop him or whatever. But what did they do anything else after that segment?
That was it.
No, they didn't. But I think it's a lot of they're gonna play a lot of this footage back once Rhea comes back. Because again, you can pub it up as if Aaliyah was flirting with Dom, and of course Rhea could be upset about that when she comes back, or you can go all the way with it. And by the time Rhea comes back, Dom could have cheated on her with Leah, which just makes the get back even more.
The Judgment Day will be helping Liv with her dirt, with her dirt and stuff like that.
Her dirty deeds.
Yeah.
Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
What happened to Dom? I miss.
So yeah, he's hurt for real too.
He hurt.
What happened? They didn't say.
Yeah, he hurt.
It may have been like on a house show or something. Yeah.
Okay,
it might have
so
been
he legit hurt then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He legit.
Ironically, it's his shoulder too, same as Rhea.
Hey, did anybody peep the mustache game of Dom? Dom looks just like Eddie Guerrero with that mustache. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it that much, but I heard about it.
He looked just like Eddie with the mustache. I was like, is that Eddie?
That's somebody that has heat that I don't think that will, like, that's real heat. That's real heat on him. And I don't think if they tried to make Dom babyface, it would not work out. And that's the kind of heat that people don't have anymore. MJF is another one that had ultimate heat before he became a face or whatnot or whatever. people don't have like the fans and stuff don't really give people a chance to be real heels because they start to cheer them.
Right.
And that is not what I think people in the back really want. So they get caught in this moment where they tell the announcers to say, well, people pay their money, they can cheer and boo whoever. Like, no, that's not how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But
because
yeah,
the lines are drawn. I think you look at society is not what it used to be. And I think it all started with Stone Cold, how we started folks just started loving Stone Cold when he
Bret
was
Hart,
an
that Bret
actual
Hart
heel,
match.
you
The
know.
Bret Hart match when he didn't tap out, he passed out, and that was it. That's when
Crimson red mask on his face.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's when
And it's
everything
like
went.
it's more so like it's not we're cheering for the heel, but we're cheering because this guy's giving us his all, you know. And yeah, he's a bad guy, but we like him, and so there it goes.
And it worked in their favor because even WWE, when Stone Cold was doing his thing, it basically we have all at some point wanted to punch our boss in the face. So that's what it is. When Vince McMahon came around and we found out that Vince was the authority figure and he wanted to be around, we've all had that boss or that supervisor manager that we didn't like, and they were just playing it out on TV, where Stone Cold and Vince were going at it, and Stone Cold was able to get some licks in, and we love that. So
That was crazy to me too. Like from a fan growing up and seeing Vince McMahon behind like the announce table growing up, not knowing that this was the guy that was running the show. That was eye opening to me. It was random seeing him get in the ring and trying to be a bad guy and stuff like that. It didn't fit at first, but it ended up working out for WWE with Vince being tied into things back then. But as Vince got older and still trying to pull the same tricks and do the same stuff, it didn't work. But yeah, Judgment Day breaking up. You kind of see that coming. I don't know if they're going to redo Judgment Day, but I mean, you got Damian Priest and you got Finn Balor and you got everybody else. You got Mommy when she's here and stuff like that. Dominic, yeah, but I think JD is pulling Dom down to me because it's like they're putting him on JD, Dom on JD to try to pull him up with it. I don't know. I don't know how long this is going to. I don't know how long it's going to last.
Why do you call this man a bobblehead?
His head real big. But look, circle back. JD will be the Marginetti, the Butchery, the Stevie Ray of the
he
group.
ain't even in a tag team.
He ain't
bro.
even that good.
Right.
He ain't even gonna be that good.
JD is the Brooklyn Brawler of 2020.
The man will be the Nikolai Volkov.
No, don't even get to stick him with that. Nikolai Volkov was straight, and
right.
He TD Steele.
Oh man, not TD Steele.
Yeah, shout out to Memphis Wrestling, man. Saturday mornings, dig it.
We have King Cobra.
Huh?
King Cobra. Could he at least be King Cobra?
I don't know.
I remember I've heard of King Cobra. I'm trying to picture
King Cobra won the belt. Like. King Cobra with the Jerry curl, the big, not the Snow Man, the other big black guy with the Jerry curl, not the one with the wave cap.
Oh, I know.
King Cobra was pretty good. He couldn't be King Cobra.
That's what I'm saying.
JD is trash, bro.
JD actually can go. The JD can actually. He was. I don't know what the writing is, but he can actually wrestle. I did watch. What's that? The NXT UK. That's where he was at.
I think so.
Yeah,
he was winning. Yeah, so he was winning belt. He was winning the belts and stuff over there. But they just. I mean, they needed. I guess they needed a goon over there to take all the L's for the Judgment Day. Because
and he's taking them all.
If y'all notice, he's taking all of the L's.
He's not going to
kick him out. I see it coming. They're going to kick him out.
Yep. And I mean,
he's going to be like Cameron Grimes.
When I say trash, I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler because I don't think there are a lot of bad wrestlers. I'm just saying he's on the lower tier of people. He's definitely on the lower tier of Judgment Day, but he's on the lower tier of wrestlers there now. He's not going to get a push. You know what I'm saying? He's small. He's straight in the ring, but he's not even Ricochet straight. You know what I'm saying? He's not finna get a push.
I'm not even buying a Ricochet push, to be honest.
Speaking of Ricochet, do you all think he is underutilized, or do you think they just putting him on TV just for the heck of it? What's going on with Ricochet?
I think his girl getting him more time. Well, my girl, his girl getting him more time.
I would say this: Ricochet is, and you can probably put a lot of different wrestlers in this category over the years. Ricochet is a good wrestler that can't talk, so they're gonna put him on so you can see his moves and all that stuff. But they're not gonna put a microphone in his hand, and because of that, it limits him as far as what he can do and what you can do with that character, what kind of storylines you can build around him. So.
Do you think he could be great with a mouthpiece like Joe's girl? I mean, like his girl.
They're not gonna. Well, I mean, they're not gonna do that. But
no, she busy right now.
Right.
She busy.
But
hold on, baby, I'm talking. She busy right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Look, since you got on there, see if she can make an announcement for the show.
I didn't say she was over here.
Opening of the show.
I said, you know, I'm married with children, nigga. What is you talking about?
It's 2024. That's taboo.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So
me, brother.
As I usually do,
with the host,
you would be a great Paul Heyman guy. Because that's what I do. I say everybody be a great Paul Heyman guy.
He needs somebody like Paul Heyman.
If they can't talk.
What about MVP?
What about it?
Yeah, you can put him.
I want somebody like MVP.
Where is it?
With Omos.
Have you seen him?
I have not seen. I have not seen MVP since WrestleMania. Since what? About September, October.
Yeah.
I saw him on Instagram.
39, 38. What,
man?
Because it wasn't 40.
No, he was. That was a he. No, that was a. He was in the Royal Rumble. Right?
He was with Omos when Omos was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That was at Mania or SmackDown before Mania. And that was the last we saw.
Oh yeah,
and
I thought that was in and walked
right back in. But MVP is a nice mouthpiece. Do you think that the Pride could use MVP as their mouthpiece to get them over?
No, the Pride can talk.
Yeah, this circles, especially with you mentioned the Pride, Bobby, and Bobby Lashley was in that group too. Omar should have been a part of it. They messed up when they broke up the Hurt Business. They could have added, they could have added Street Profits to the Hurt Business. Probably you could have put Omar in it. They could have dominated with that group. They would have had about 6-7 niggas in it, but
that could have been the Judgment Day before the Judgment Day. It should have been.
Should have been.
Yeah. So, do you think that even though we're in 2024, do you still think, and even though WWE is progressing, do you still feel like race plays an issue in elevation of Black sports entertainers?
I think race plays an issue in everything.
And wrestling's not included. Is included, yes.
Everything.
I say not exclusive.
Are you okay over there? It sounds like you being a
that's his dog, man.
My dog's over here fighting, so I'm trying to kind of
all that ground and stuff.
So I have a boy dog who's chill and laid back, but then I have a girl dog who is maybe 7-8 months, who is the bully. And they fight and you hear squealing. So I don't know if the big dog is like, get the fuck above me and I'm gonna bite you until you squeal, or if the little one is biting the big one and the big one is saying, yeah, I got you, nigga. I don't know what's going on. So I just kind of
all right. That sounds like a Dee dog care.
And that is time for a public service announcement from our host. For
you got a sponsor
is coming.
You got a dog care sponsor?
No, I don't.
You need to go attend it.
Guy or the cereal Would you
No, because we
Oh.
haven't even talked. We haven't even talked about the new women's champ.
Oh
We
yeah,
didn't talk about that.
that's what we need to talk about.
Let's
That.
talk about that because
I don't.
kind of
I saw Becky won, but you can only like when they were showing the videos of everybody that's in the whatchamacallit, it was only 3 people that I actually thought that was gonna win. Nia, Becky, and Liv
Morgan. Yeah, those are the 3.
Those were the only people.
And it came down to those last 3 too.
Those were the last.
And I didn't even want those were the last 3 because I didn't watch it. So how about you could just you can easily see it.
Joe, keep your mouth.
Was, 8 more tag teams.
Yeah. Well, now it was some because people rumor and talk about what they want to see all the way up until the match. I saw a lot of people kind of rooting for Chelsea Green to be that annoying champion, that Karen champion that always wants to talk to management, and so I could see her winning it. Where they dropped the ball is the fact that they needed to elevate somebody new, somebody that hasn't been a champion before, or hasn't been a champion in a while. You realize Becky has been, and we talked about Becky Lynch last show, where I kind of feel like she didn't become the person she is until she got the attention for getting her nose broke. Right. But this is her 7th championship, and I was like, she don't need a title at this point. She's established, and
this is the same girl that struggled to get the NXT championship too.
Right. When she went over to NXT.
When she was in NXT, she struggled to get a singles belt. And now she's over here. Like I said, she had her moment. Q, you brought up a good point, man, because every time I actually smile every time I see Chelsea Green, dog. Like she got like the annoying heel persona, and she just got to continue to get Joe, that going into the ring.
Joe looked confused. Say something, man.
I said that last week.
I know, but I'm just saying. Chelsea Green. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can have it. You can have Chelsea Green, and you can have Samantha, and you can have Cody, Brandy Rose too. I don't care.
I don't want Cody, bro. Don't do that.
No, you said Brandy. That we got.
No, I don't want Chelsea. I'm just saying. I said that she would be.
I'm with you.
What's called a pusher? Chelsea Green. You know what I'm saying? She was getting that little push from there. No.
And I'm with y'all.
That might be coming, Joe.
Somebody you love to hate.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people in that battle royal who I feel could have used that push more than Becky. Prime example, Shayna Baszler.
I saw a lot of Shayna Baszler talk.
I loved to see.
Let me ask y'all this.
Yes.
Who is the safest person to get that title?
It's probably Becky.
Nia Jax.
Becky.
The safest person is probably Becky.
No, I'm sorry. No. Honestly, who is the safest person to get that title?
But do you really want
to get it and not eat it?
It's a hush, man.
Hey, so man, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Well, Sig's with me. Ricky probably is too, and Mark is out here, but I know Mark would be on my side too. We was all rooting for Nia Jax. Now, they obviously going to go in a different direction, but I have a new path for Nia. And I'm going to say 3 words. Queen Nia Jax. Nia Jax going to win the Queen of the Ring. Because, again, I think I also heard that the winner of that, whoever the king and queen of the match, will get a title shot. So, depending on how long they want Becky to hold it, I can see Nia winning the Queen of the Ring and getting a shot that way. Gunther's making a big run at King of the Ring. That's going to be interesting to see who else is in that field to go after King of the Ring. But
because don't give him money in the bank when they do that. I don't want.
But would it really be beneficial for anybody to really win that belt? Because in my opinion, when Rhea comes back, it's hers again.
I don't agree. Depending on what's going on, I don't see Rhea immediately winning that belt when she comes back. She's going to have to work for it a little bit, I think. That's just my opinion.
And then you want somebody who has proven track record of being able to carry the championship. I don't want to just put the championship on somebody. It's Rhea not being able to be champion, if you're being honest with yourself, was a break glass situation. It was okay, something happened to our champion. Now we got to put the belt on somebody who we know can hold the championship. And who better than somebody who's had it 6 other times?
But that's just like Damian Priest. Who's to say he could hold the title? But you gave it to him. So why not give it to somebody?
He was Money in the Bank champion. I mean, of course he's either gonna lose the Money in the Bank or he's gonna get the championship.
But why not? If you gonna roll the dice, go ahead and roll the dice.
Well,
that's like saying not giving it to Io Sky. You know what I'm saying? Io Sky was the Money in the Bank championship, and she's had it, and she did well with it. You're talking about putting a championship on somebody in the middle of a battle royal. You know what I'm saying? And that's just
that. But to your point,
stick it on somebody.
That's why I didn't see Liv win it. I know people automatically wanted Liv to win it because of her feuding with Rhea, but Liv Morgan is not, in my opinion, she's not.
I couldn't see Liv winning
champion.
And she's had it.
She had it though.
Yeah,
she had it.
Yeah,
but
she's had it once, just like y'all girl has had it once.
Hey man,
you gonna
put
I don't remember.
Put some respect on my.
I don't remember that reign,
bro. You gonna have to.
Right.
You really gonna have to put some respect on Nia Jax's name, dog, because she can take that belt and run with it.
Right, run it into the ground.
No, she's not gonna run into the ground.
True enough,
it'll set it up for Rhea and Nia.
Am I right?
Set her up on the plate.
Really? Am I right?
That was just a period of bad luck back to back to back. When they talking about she's not safe in the ring, okay, she broke regulation nose.
Yeah,
she may have hurt maybe one or two.
Sasha Banks.
Somebody, yeah, it's almost like a bad stretch of games for like a football quarterback throwing multiple interceptions. Eventually, he learns from it, and
So Nia Jax, the Draymond Green of
he just don't like super thick women. That's all. He has.
I mean, she could be as thick as she wants to. She just hurtful when she sit on.
He has.
But y'all like Sasha Banks. Her track record longer than Roots too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she has a horrible track record. Say something now, Cleveland.
Well, Sasha's in a whole different organization.
And then hold on, this is another thing. Going back to your segment, Steve, for just a hot second. Then she come out and get in Willow face for the TBS champ. Like,
when look, speaking of when is let's just call it by name. When is Mercedes Moné going to actually wrestle? Because I've seen clips of AEW with her, talking and sitting down talking, but I ain't seen her.
I think
that's gonna get old real fast because everybody see her coming out. Yeah, they see her coming out. They're tired of her coming out. Throwing your little hips and looking at your whole little nails that say about to be out CEO. Yeah, it's gonna get old because they haven't seen her in the ring. So I'm just saying. What is the TBS belt gonna do for Mercedes Moné? Like, what is that?
She's going in steps. You know what I'm saying? Like most folks do. You know what I'm saying? Most folks don't come out there eat championships as soon as they get there. They go out in steps. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. I like that. And that's the progression of wrestling. And I think that's what WWE has gotten away from. You didn't elevate. Just like I could see Gunther losing because now it's his time to elevate to the WWE Championship. But we have gotten away from that. You just go from you arrive, boom, you facing the champion. Where do they do that at?
That's why Cody dropped that match last year, because it was so easy for him to come in.
That's true.
One Mania to beating Seth Rollins, and then all of a sudden you got Roman, and then you're gonna come in and win the belt. Not so fast, my friend. You can see they let Cody earn that. He even dropped down and got tag titles. You saw the progression and stuff like that. So I get it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about the TBS Women title and stuff like that. But if Willow just got it, and now you're finna drop it too.
But so what I heard from Cody losing, I heard that was Roman's call last Mania, where it didn't make sense. So he called the audible and said, "No, this not the time."
I'm glad they did it.
Out
I
why?
heard it was Vince McMahon's call.
He said why it wasn't, and Vince said, "Okay, I like that. You're right." So it's like Vince and Triple H were ready. You got another doggone thumbs up.
Yeah.
So Vince and Triple H were ready to put the belt on Cody. But once Roman made his argument, they both agreed. And that's how Roman ended up keeping
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, they
But,
did
I mean,
right.
Yeah, they're
And
right.
they
When you think
did.
about it, yeah.
Because everybody expected Cody to win last year. That was
Maybe they
nobody
need to create
that did not
a.
think he was gonna win.
Maybe they need to
Especially
create
coming back from the surgery. Nobody.
Go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry. I'll come back. I'll say what I have to say. Go ahead.
I'll say maybe they need to create a super light heavyweight championship for
No, thank you.
for
No,
Nia Jax.
No,
You know what I'm saying? A super duper light heavyweight championship, and that way, it could be like
cut his
championship
screen
right
off.
before.
I can't wait.
Right
I can't
before
wait
the
to
women.
keep that same
right before
energy
they
when
get
you
to the
see her.
heavyweight
When you see her in Memphis, keep that same energy.
I mean, I
He
ain't got
will.
nothing, man. Nia's cool, bro. I like
He will.
Nia, man.
He would keep that same energy. But guess what?
I love
Let
Nia,
him keep
bro.
that same energy when they get back to LA with Wine Baby James. Let's just let him keep that same energy.
Oh man. So
Now you going
anyway,
back to
what
there you go.
I was trying
See how
I
he
was
got
trying
off.
to
All right.
By the way,
What
he
I
lost
was-
the connection.
I know.
Yeah, the way it was buffering, but
God don't like
Yeah.
ugly.
This segment has been brought to you by Metro PCS Internet Connection. It would drop you in the middle of a conference call. What I was trying to say was they did it again with CM Punk, because I just knew CM Punk was going to win the Royal Rumble. Maybe they pulled it. Maybe they called an audible because he hurt himself in the middle of the match.
And
I don't
believe
know.
that's so.
I don't know. But I just knew Punk was winning that. But I'm glad they didn't let him win that.
yeah.
You know, so kudos to them on that. Some extras, then we're gonna get out of here, man. It's been a packed show or whatever. We mentioned that Trick Williams is the new NXT champion. Congratulations to him. I seen him in a couple of matches. I don't know how this reign is going to be, but I'm going to tune in to see what they got with Trick.
Trick reminds me of Booker T. It's plain and simple. He reminds me of Booker T when he first left Harlem Heat.
I say Diamond Dallas Page.
Because the fans love him.
Because Diamond Dallas Page started off as a person outside the ring that comes in and helps the other guy keep the title and stuff like that, and then moves on to win at a higher level or whatever. He's okay. I wish his finisher was a little bit different, because everybody do a running knee, and stuff as part of a match or whatever. He's right where he needs to be, developing down there, and maybe one day he'll get the call up. So congratulations to Trick Williams on that. Last but not least, we got R&B people out here rapping, man, embodying niggas out here in the streets, man. Chris Brown. I didn't know this was a thing. I'm sorry. I heard, and I didn't really understand, because I don't really get into rap and hip like that, what goes on in people's personal lives and things like that. But when I got to looking at some of my favorite reactors and stuff, and as they broke down the situation, Chris Brown got the best diss track of 2024 so far. I didn't know he had it in him. Now the takeoff line versus Quavo and stuff was kind of ouch, but
you got bodied by a singing nigga. Got bodied by a singing nigga.
And then Quavo response. Y'all heard that one?
I didn't hear it.
Started off with some heat, but that first couple of lines, it started doing this.
Didn't he AI his AI takeoff in it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he AI takeoff in the verse too.
but even Takeoff couldn't help you with that one, brother.
Yeah, it
I'm just saying.
sounded it. There was nothing about Quavo's response that hit for me. It was okay, but it just if you listen to how Chris has started with Quavo talking about I don't want no heat with you. Hey man, it's you. Hey,
I think that was AI.
it could have been, but it worked.
But that sounds like a voice message.
I don't want no
sound like-
smoke, bro. I don't want no smoke. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to come.
But
Please, bro.
You go straight into him immediately.
But Chris Brown's rap sounded like he was coming for that boy throat.
Yeah, it was so much aggression behind it.
Quavo sounded like he was in a checking session. For you to say you sound like you look like Michael Jackson on crack.
That line was kind of hard because
That's a your mama joke.
That goes back to Chris Brown and wanting to kind of with Michael Jackson and up there with him and that kind of stuff or whatever. That was kind of funny. But the auto tune and all that other stuff, what he was trying to do with it, even the song before Chris Brown got into him, it was light work. And Migos, them dudes didn't seem like they don't seem like battle rapping or beef rapping kind of people. You either got it or you don't.
There was nothing about what. If you think about all those,
yeah,
J. Cole's was okay. Even that little snippet that K-Dot gave, it came with more because much like Chris Brown, you can hear the fire, you can hear the anger in some of these folks' voice, as opposed to the I'm just here to battle with you. No, these folks upset. They coming for your Drake. I ain't gonna battle you. I'm gonna check you.
Drake's was nice though too though. It was Drake was. Some people say it was trash, but I
need to listen to Drake's. I didn't hear Drake.
It wasn't trash. It was straight. And then you don't know if it's AI or if it's real. I mean,
but if Kendrick came the way he came,
no, did he?
I can't see how y'all can come any less than that. You need to come with that same, as y'all said, that same aggression that the originator came with. So
there's no line from Drake. There's no line from J. Cole. It's no big three, nigga. It's just big meat. It's like that line sticks in my head. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn.
And even with Chris Brown,
right?
If you can't come back with nigga, everybody wish that was you,
bro.
Yeah.
How can you rebut that?
That touched that man's soul on that one. I'm sorry.
How can you rebut that?
And then said, "Yeah, you messed with my girl, but I messed with your girl while you was with her."
Bro,
revenge is sweet, like sweetie, like
sweet,
bro, like God, man, so I even got some tea I did, but I ain't gonna speak about this.
Hey man, my wife told me when I let her hear that, she was sitting there and she said, "Send me that, because when I get to work Monday, I'm quoting Chris Brown."
And then that's the thing though. It's like K-Dot, it was like a snippet. I mean, if he came, for real, maybe it would be, you just kind of got a 16 balls on somebody else, song. Drake put out a whole disc. Okay, it was okay. J. Cole put a whole one out and then deleted it, and then apologized because he was sorry that he was dissing.
And then he brought him out. Like then he bring him. That was in a concert together. Like maybe a couple of weeks after that, he brought him out on stage.
He brought who out?
J. Cole?
K-Dot.
I mean Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, they
I
was
know
on the same
K-Dot
stage as in like maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah, I know K-Dot was there. I knew he apologized on stage, but I didn't know K-Dot was there.
No, they said they came out together at a recent show or whatever. So
yeah.
So with these rap beefs, R&B rap beefs, will they end up in a Tupac Biggie situation?
Chris Brown and Quavo might, because you might have to lay a hand on somebody talking about you wish I was dead and not my brother. Like that's some off the wax kind of stuff right there. I don't see anybody meeting up and talking like, all right, I'm gonna come with this bar, and then I'm gonna come with this, and then we go now the other one, we already know where that's going with Drake, and Drake ain't finna do nothing. Like, come on, man. Like that's on wax. But that Quavo thing, I hope they don't get out of hand, because they real deal don't. Chris Brown real deal don't like that nigga.
And did y'all hear Kanye?
So at the end of the, thank you guys for joining us today. For
y'all talking about Yankee?
Yes, Joe, I did hear that. That's
I
like
miss Kanye, man. What? I don't even know. We're talking
Kanye.
about
Now
that
the Like That remix was bumping the beat and stuff like that, and he had some stuff, but that was just, if I could put an analogy to it, it was like everybody was in the yard and Kanye was rapping over the fence trying to get in the yard, and everybody was ignoring his ass. That's what, if I could make an analogy out of, that's what that felt like. That man said, yeah, it was, yeah. Stop shooting that little bit.
So, and they said they took it off of YouTube because they said it was a copyright issue. Then the download, I guess that's the name of the podcast he was on, they released another segment of the interview. I posted that in the group. This
I saw.
I didn't see that one.
He was like, so just so you know, I'm God.
I run the world, man.
Yeah. So what I'm not like God, I am God. And dude was just, oh wow. Okay. So how do you feel about he was like, so why does that bother you? Why does that bother you when I say I'm God? I mean, it's like I take the gun out and put it on the table, right? You know, right? You know, you don't understand. I mean, I'm saying what's real. I'm God. And I'm sitting there like, wow. Do you not? Why don't you take the medicine? It's like
that dude, man.
And there are no other people like your boy Van Latham who checks him on the stuff he says anymore, because that's like one of the few times people have really checked him on some of the weird stuff he says. You know, he goes on these podcasts and people just be like, so I think Sway on Shade Room, he checked him. They were kind of going back and forth before, but most times folks just go on there. I think they're just happy he's on there. It's like, yeah, okay. So how do you feel? No, say something to this dude. Do you think dude God? If not, say something to him. But it's like,
yeah. That dude, like, you know, not being disrespectful, but after his mom passed away, may she rest in peace, you can see where his career changed. And he don't have that person that's going to, like you said, keep him in check. And everybody that's around him right now are enablers, because they're getting something from him in some kind of way. Nobody has somebody that's going to check Kanye, and that's a dangerous place to be in.
Jonah Lucas. I don't know if y'all are familiar.
Yes, I know who Jonah Lucas is.
Yes. He puts out some heat. He has one called Devil's Work, and he has a part 2. And on that part 2, it's like basically a dialogue of, hey God, I know this ain't your fault, but like in part 1, he was saying how the stuff with Trayvon was foul, how the stuff with
I think you put that. Did you put that one in the group? I think I heard that one.
Yeah,
I didn't hear part 2.
Kendrick Land was foul. Now, part 2, he was saying how, hey, bring Kobe back because we'll mess without. And he was like, I know this was going to be strange for you, Lord, but bring Dondra back because Kanye, he ain't been the same since she's gone. You know, I'm gonna put part 2 in there, but it's like, dude, cold.
Yeah.
But it's like part 1, he was saying how God need to come back and take all these folks out. Part 2, he was saying how God need to bring all these folks back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, and you're right. I mean, he since his mom died, dude just been. There's a lot of people say he's bipolar, but I'm like, I get that, and I can respect that. But if you have an illness, chances are you have something that can control that illness as well.
Yeah, you would think so. Well, yeah, man, we way over time. That's just how it is when we do these podcasts, man. So look, I appreciate everybody joining in with us. I'm gonna try something different, and maybe we can chop some of this up and put these out for some of the shorts and on TikTok and stuff like that. Maybe they'll pull some interesting points and stuff from here to kind of get our name and stuff out here. So we appreciate you guys rocking with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Black Four Horsemen. We also have our IG handles under our name, except for the OG. Again, we're still waiting on his Black Planet page handle. With all being said, man, we appreciate you guys, man. We'll be checking in with you guys next week with some more wrestling news and notes and random stuff. All right, maybe LA is still in the Lakers are still in the playoffs. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna holler at you guys. We out.